We're now live on ERi-TV with English news broadcast viewers. Hello and thank you for joining us. Do stay tuned for a domestic and international report for July 12, 2026. I, Heaven Johannes, will be your news anchor for this session and invite you to stay with us up until the end. To begin with, I present to you the top stories. The Ministry of Agriculture conducted a workshop on developing national food control policy. Eritrean Community Festival in Germany was conducted colorfully. In our international, the United States and Iran exchange fresh wave of strikes. And Israeli forces expand by occupying new areas in southwest Syria. Welcome again. In today's domestic news, the Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, held an inception workshop in Asmara on 10 July, aimed at developing a national food control policy. In his opening remarks, Mr. Takhla'ab Misgina, Director General of the Regulatory Services Department at the Ministry of Agriculture, stated that the workshop marked a continuation of and milestone in efforts made over the past years to coordinate all stakeholders involved in food safety and control. He noted that the ultimate goal is to draft a national food control policy for Eritrea. Mr. Takhla'ab further stated that the policy, being developed in coordination with the Food and Agriculture Organization and national and international stakeholders, would serve as a guide for drafting a national food law. Ms. Ariella Glini, FAO representative in Eritrea, on her part, commended the government of Eritrea for its efforts and commitment to building a food system that ensures the safety and quality of food for its citizens. She emphasized that beyond its technical importance, the policy process represents a national commitment to safer food, healthier families, stronger institutions, and greater confidence in the systems connecting farms, fisheries, markets, households, and communities. Ms. Glani concluded by outlining the strategic processes through which the policy will be developed and reaffirmed the FAO's unwavering support until the policy process is finalized. During the inception workshop, national and international experts and consultants delivered presentations on the current status of food control operations in Eritrea, a situational analysis of food laws and control systems, international best practices, and the main elements of policy design for Eritrea. The participants on their part held in-depth discussions on the papers presented and adopted various recommendations. In another news, the Eritrean Community Festival in Germany, officially opened by Mr. Fishahatzian Petros, Eritrea's ambassador to Italy, was conducted with enthusiasm. The two-day festival, attended by nationals from various German cities and other European countries, as well as invited guests, featured community gatherings, cultural presentations, seminars, a children's village, and other activities. Mr. Johannes Russom, chairman of the Eritrean community in Germany, Mr. Johannes Woldu, charge d'affaires at the Eritrean embassy, Mr. Ta'ama Haile, head of public and community affairs, and Mr. Hadish Goitom, chairman of the Holidays Coordinating Committee, delivered speeches focusing on the role of festivals in strengthening unity and attachment of nationals with their homeland, preserving and nurturing national culture and values, transferring history to younger generations, and promoting the participation of nationals in national development programs. They also commended the strong contribution of nationals, particularly women, to the successful organization of the colorful event. At the event, Ambassador Fishahatzian conducted a seminar focusing on the objective situation in the homeland, as well as regional and global developments, and called on nationals to strengthen their contributions and participation in national affairs. The festival was highlighted by performances from renowned artists and musicians from Eritrea. Moving on to the Ansaba region, the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the Ansaba region, in collaboration with the Charlotte Training Center, provided vocational training to 148 youth, including 76 females in Karen City. The 3-month training covered computer technology, editing, solar energy installation, electrical installation, electronics, graphic design, and still and video camera operation. Indicating that the training was part of the efforts being exerted by the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students in the region to enhance the overall capacity of the youth, Ms. Sanait Gabrahiwat, manager of the Shallow Training Center, called on the trainees to further develop their skills through practice. Mr. Azazi Berkhat-Ab, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the region, on his part, noted the comparative advantages of such vocational training programs alongside regular education and called for their continuation. With this, we conclude our domestic reports for this session. Dear viewers, we shall take a quick break and be back with the international ones. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now, the global arena. The United States launched a fresh wave of strikes in response to Iranian forces hitting a ship passing through the Strait of Hormuz. In response to the American strikes, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said the waterway was closed until further notice and launched attacks on U.S. bases and allies in the region. Accordingly, Iran said it had hit a U.S. base in Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait and Bahrain using missiles and drones. The strikes come after incidents earlier this week in which 3 commercial tankers were attacked, prompting an exchange of strikes between the United States and Iran. The country also warned that any U.S. aggression as a result of the closure would be responded to with severity and new bases in the region would be targeted. Iran's parliamentary speaker Mohammad Bagher Kalibaf said that the era of one-sided deal is over. On the other hand, the U.S. said its strikes hit 140 Iranian military targets, including missile and drone sites, communication networks, and coastal surveillance locations. In another news, Israeli forces have expanded into Syria by entering areas in the southwest of the country. A Lebanon-based TV said in a report that Israeli forces had entered the village of Al-Samadiyah in the countryside earlier Saturday morning. The report also said that Israeli forces had erected a checkpoint in Samadiyah to cement their control over the village and its surrounding regions. The occupation comes a day after Israeli forces occupied an area between the village of Sisan and Jamla in the western countryside of the governorate of Dara in southwest Syria. Israel has taken advantage of the security vacuum in Syria since the fall of Bashar al-Assad's government in December 2024 to make territorial gains in the Arab country. The country has carried out heavy bombardments on defense and air forces facilities in Syria while expanding its occupation. Israel has also repeatedly violated the airspace of Syria in the countryside near the capital Damascus and in Suwayda, near the border with Jordan. With this, we conclude our domestic and international report for this session, dear viewers. Now the top stories once more. The Ministry of Agriculture conducted a workshop on developing national food control policy. Eritrean Community Festival in Germany was conducted colorfully. In our international, the US and Iran exchange fresh wave of strikes. And Israeli forces expand by occupying new areas in southwest Syria. This was The World on Sunday with ERi-TV English News broadcast. Dear viewers, from all of us here, thank you for watching.